Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the OC Gridiron Show for week 3. Mr. Fryer, the season is speeding past, and we got more big games in this non-league part of the season, which has been very exciting. Want to start with this game on Thursday night, because something's got to give if you've seen this setup of this game. Katella and Magnolia. God bless them. They're trying very hard, but both teams are winless coming into this game, and both these teams are also scoreless. Haven't scored a single point. Its season is still young, and this is the opportunity, Steve. Who do you got in this game?
Yeah. Nobody has scored yet, and we're not messing around. Both teams have been shut out, and so this is a chance, right? This is a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
I was at the Angel game last night. They haven't won yet in September. I thought there was the chance, but dang it, didn't happen. So I'm gonna go with the Knights of Katella. Coach Reitz over there. Jeff Reitz has been, a head coach, a lot of experience. Nothing against Magnolia coach, anything like that. But I think that Katella, I was talking to Coach Reitz early in the season because these guys want to learn. They're hungry guys, and both teams are going to be hungry in this game. It's really hard when you look at those scores to see who's better. But I think that Katella gets the W, gets to raise the helmets, and feels good about what they did on this coming Thursday.
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to be following this score. I won't be at this game. I don't think you will either. But I'm also picking Katella. I saw them play early this season against Valencia, who's pretty good team out of that sizzling Empire League. But I think they have some pretty good numbers. They have a lot of guys out like they usually do. And they can play some physical ball when they run the ball pretty well. So I could see them winning this game and getting their first win, and hopefully both teams score some points and get off the schneid.
Yes.
All right. So having some fun with that one game. Hey, this is Orange County Gridiron talk, Steve. So we have no bounds when it comes to Orange County games that we can discuss. So let's get into this Friday night schedule, which is again awesome and a lot of intriguing predictions for us. How about this one? A battle of undefeated teams on the young season. Trabuco Hills, firmly in the OC top 25 now, last couple of weeks playing well, against Irvine, which is 3-0 and making some noise after rallying to edge a pretty good Troy team last week, 43-42 of that game. And Irvine's interesting where they Coach Ricci has got a lot of good linemen. They have some size that they usually haven't had. They probably have some of the size to match Trabuco Hills, but Mustangs are off to a flying start as well. They're 2-0. Who do you like in this game?
I like Trabuco Hills. Both teams got good running backs. You got Taylor Bowie over there at Trabuco, and then Brandon Figueroa at Irvine. So both of them are having very productive years. Trabuco's has the edge perhaps, and they can throw the ball. They got that dynamite receiver, Ryan Lewis, who's got 13 catches already for 247 yards and a few touchdowns. So, anytime you can throw the ball and run it fine. If you got offensive balance, that makes a huge difference in a battle, in a matchup of this type. So I'm going Trabuco, and I'm going to guess you're going to go with the Mustangs as well, aren't you?
I am also going with Trabuco as well. We're in agreement on that one. I do like Irvine junior receiver Deccan Moss, who's a very good receiver to remember in this game. But Coach Ricci said this is the going to be the biggest test, maybe of the whole regular season for Irvine. They do play Laguna Hills in a couple of weeks too. Their schedule's getting pretty tough before they get to the Pacific Hills League. But kudos for Irvine for scheduling this game.
Yeah, and Dan, Irvine looks like the best team in that Pacific Hills League from what I've seen so far. What do you say?
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
They're off to a great start, playing a very good schedule. All right, here's another game. This is where it starts to we're ramping up the stakes here big time, and these last 3 games are great games. How about Newport Harbor on Friday night going down to unbeaten San Juan Hills? Newport has found itself. You saw them last week against La Habra. They got that offense going with
Yeah.
Jaden O'Neal and the skill of those receivers, Lamarque, and of course, Jordan Anderson. And now they're going to San Juan Hills with the Robinsons brothers and a few other receivers and a running back. And they got her playing quarterback now. And they got some linemen, and they got that linebacker group, includes one of the better juniors, Weston Port. There's a lot of talent on this field on Friday. Who do you got in this exciting matchup, Fryer?
I think that group of linebackers for San Juan Hills is going to be on the attack, and they're going to do some damage. Weston Port, Jake Jaworski. You know, Port, he's got offers from like Georgia, Ohio State, UCLA, Arizona. You know, everybody is after this kid. I remember seeing him play last year and said, "Ooh, he's pretty good." So, so that's what I like. You know, I saw Newport Harbor last week beat 33-28 over La Habra. La Habra made so many mistakes in that game, and Mazzotta, coach Frank Mazzotta, La Habra, you know, I bet they're focused on those mistakes. But I think San Juan Hills with that defense, Timmy Hurst doing really well at quarterback, but that defense for San Juan Hills, I think that's the key to this game, and that's what's going to lead San Juan Hills to victory.
Yeah, I'm also picking San Juan Hills, but they haven't played the strongest schedule yet. This is the real test, and how good is this San Juan Hills team this season. This will tell them. This is like kind of the breakout game. They're at home. They got a chance. But I know that Newport Harbor team is pretty hungry and talented.
Yes.
And you know, they got some momentum now these last couple of weeks. I saw them beat Cypress. Excuse me, I saw they beat Tesoro, excuse me. So they on the last
Close
second
game.
field goal. Close game over Tesoro. Now we saw what Tesoro did last week in beating beating Yorba Linda. So that quality win by Newport Harbor over Tesoro looking better by the week. And now now they are going down to South County. So here's another great game, Steve. And speaking of star power, how about Corona Del Mar at San Clemente on Friday night? I believe this is the game you're covering. This is fantastic. This is a good rivalry. These teams have been playing for the last couple years. So you got Corona Del Mar that's coming off their first loss against a really talented Palos Verdes team. We'll see, and watch out for that Palos Verdes this week. They play us. So that's another good game. But Palos Verdes is really good. CDM knew that was going to be good, but they got Corona Del Mar's course got Caleb Bennett, the Boise State commit. They got tall receivers all over the place with Weir and Zach Gugliano, their tight end. But San Clemente, they have a good quarterback. They have a tight end. They got some guys that are making some tackles on defense. Linebacker, safety. They got the new safety from out of state, San Juan Hill, from Las Vegas, Nevada. What do you got in this game? This is a pretty darn good game.
San Clemente won this game last year, 23-6. It's going to be closer, I think. I'm going with the Tritons on this one. They've got a really good linebacker. Going to work on his name here, Puka Maono. Really fine. He's averaging about 10 tackles a game. Yeah. Senior quarterback at San Clemente, Dylan Mills, has been real steady for them. He's been really good. And then their running back, Aiden Rubin, has been fine too. So they're running and they're throwing it with some good balance there. You know, you mentioned Arnett. He's really good over there at CDM. They're pretty good defensively. Christian Brooks is a real good linebacker for them. Yeah. Tom Telesco out in the defensive backfield is solid. Really good defensive group. And this one might be like a 13, even though with all the good offensive players, might be like a 13-10, 16-13 game, something like that. Now watch it be like 40-35 or something. But I think it might be kind of a tight scoring game, and San Clemente win in a pretty close game. That's what I got.
Yeah, I'm also picking San Clemente. They're off to a good start. I think they're 3-0.
Yes.
So is, Corona Del Mar is off to a good start as well. And I think that's Telesco's son, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Chargers GM son, Tom Telesco Sr. Yeah, who's a great guy, by the way.
Yeah, playing some safety. So yeah, I like this game a lot, and it's going to be real telling. For San Clemente, they opened with a nice win against Chaparral, and I'm curious to see what they signal as far as their South Coast League's looking pretty darn good with Mission Viejo. Capo is playing well. And we just mentioned Tesoro's playing well. So San Clemente's got, they're definitely in the mix. And a big win like this will definitely raise them another level.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, last game. I'm kind of saving the last, I think, for the best for the last game, in my opinion. This is a really good one, I think. At Cerritos College on Friday night, Los Alamitos rising up that Orange County rankings up to, I believe, number 3 in the county, past Mission Viejo. Now they're taking on Servite, who's been, playing really well, kind of exceeding some of my expectations, honestly, Fryer. They're 2-1. That's more wins than they had last season, double, where they won one game. And the one loss they arguably could have won. They got rallied and let it slip away against Rancho Cucamonga. So this is a really big game. Servite has shown that offense that they can score some points. They're showing a lot of confidence and a lot of firepower offensively. And I think that's what they're going to need against Los Alamitos, which is, unbeaten, coming off a good win against an out-of-state team. The Griffins are scoring some points. I know you saw them earlier this year. So this could be a really high-scoring, entertaining game. And I think it's a statement type for both teams. Los Al, they're always going to get up for a Trinity League team. They've had some success against Trinity League teams like Servite in the past, Santa Margarita. So they're gonna come for this game. And then Servite, they could get to 3 wins, and I think they've already shown that they're much improved in progressing under Coach Reinhardt. Who do you have in this game, Mr. Fryer?
I got to go with Los Al. I just think they've got more size and more talent spread all over the place. Servite, what Servite's going to do. They're going to play with all the spirit and all the tenacity that any team can muster, because that's just that's the Servite way. But they're pretty young in some key spots, including offensive line, which is a tough place to be really young. I like Los Al in this game. Interesting to see what's going to happen at running back, okay? Because Anthony League, when I saw him go off against Western a couple of weeks ago, has turned an ankle, didn't play last week in the win over Timpview, which is a huge one-sided game. So they gave it to a sophomore named Gerard Terry, who looked like Anthony League, except he's not as big. Pretty quick guy going through the hole. I was watching some video of it. And then when he gets in the defensive backfield, he shifty moves. He's a really good looking guy. And as far as Alonzo Esparza is, fine quarterback, good thrower, can run it. He's fine, but there's just too many weapons and too many guys to deal with, I think, for Servite in this game. If Servite makes it close or wins, holy moly, right? But I think Los Al.
Yeah, Servite win or playing close, like you said, Mr. Fryer, that would signal that they maybe have a chance to beat somebody in the Trinity League. Maybe, maybe they can get Jay Serra, Santa Margarita. I don't know. I don't know who else they might be able to get in league. But this would, that should help them get out of the cellar with a strong performance. But yeah, in Los Al, Terry, he's a fast guy. He's played a lot of receiver that I've kind of known for him. So interesting to see that one. And then, for Los Al, as they're building another big win, if they got another big win on Friday, then the countdown would be on for next week, Mr. Fryer. Los Al, Mission Viejo. We'll see where the Diablos are come next week in week 4. That's going to be a public school battle royale. A fine game. And you think about that one, Steve, Orange County football moving to that non-league, or moving to the competitive equity league model, right? Next year, competitive equity league model. Mission Viejo, Los Al, they could be in the same league next year. They'll be playing again, most likely, unless we'll see what happens with these teams. There's going to be some competition. And we'll see where the other publics are, because it doesn't include the Trinity League. So everybody knows the Trinity League is not part of this re-leaguing next year, but Los Al Mission could be pretty special down in Mission Viejo next week, Mr. Fryer. It's going to keep on going this non-league season.
Yeah, you know what? We may be looking at the first of 4 next week, looking at first of 4 Los Al Mission Viejo games over the next, next 15 months.
Wow.
Right? Could happen.
Wow.
Playoffs, everything,
Yeah, we'll see if those we'll see if Mission Viejo after that Poly loss, we'll wonder if they can get back into that Division One situation. They're gonna have a good power ranking. We'll have to see what happens in league. Where San Clemente is gonna have something to say about things as well this year in the South Coast League. So a lot of excitement for this non-league season as we hit week 3. We agree on all our picks. So no drama between us, Mr. Fryer, but there's going to be a lot of drama and excitement on the field.
I have enough drama going to Angel games, Dan. That's enough. Just enough.
They're out of it. They released most of their team. So
they're out of it in more ways than one, Dan.
It's but there is looking forward to October, but it's September football right now. And for Steve Fryer, I'm Dan Albano, and we'll see you guys at the games.
See you guys.